Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to I Was Wrong About America, What I Misunderstood as a German. So this guy done a video kind of similar a few days ago, or I reacted to it a few days ago, and it was just interesting to see his perspective, but he's posted another one which I guess goes more into depth about different sort of things, but hey, we're going to check this out and see what exactly he talks about, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you're going to enjoy, hopefully you're doing well, and let's jump into this reaction of his misunderstandings of America.
I have a confession to make. When I first arrived here, I judged Americans constantly. I thought small talk, it's all fake. Nobody
This is
can
a common
walk,
one that people
everybody
say. goes
goes with the car, people are super unhealthy, eating burgers all day long. Work culture is just
Like the sort of the chat that you have is not real. But realistically, if you're from the US and you've been living like that, and you have like chats with your neighbors or just random people walking past you in the street or whatever, the small talk is obviously real because it's just a normal cultural thing.
It's crazy, nobody has vacations. And honestly, I thought, why do they live like this? How is it possible? But the longer I live here, I have to admit, I was completely wrong. I thought America through the German lens, through the European lens, what you read in the media, and the picture there's just completely wrong. The first one is what everybody asked me about. The fake friendliness. How is it like, oh, how are you? It's ridiculous. Nobody really cares about you. But I have to say, I really enjoy the friendliness. I go to the store, I talk to the cashier, we talk about our day. And yeah, of course, many people are not really interested how I am really feeling. But in my personal experience, it's very more common to get into conversations with strangers. The other day, for example, somebody complimented me for my t-shirt. This never happened to me in Germany. And I feel it's really genuine. It's like the glue that holds society together. I don't know, like in Europe, like especially in Germany, nobody talks to each other. Everybody's just staring on the floor. And I feel like it's like human, right? Like that makes us human, talking to other people. The next one is the walkability myth. In Europe, we think nobody in America walks, but
that's all I ever hear about, how it's just like roads and there's not many pavements or paths. But to be fair, I guess it also depends where you live. I think Miami is probably just a very walkable city. But because I think he's from Miami. But again, I don't actually know of experience.
This is just not true. Many areas are very walkable. I'm walking right now, but it's different. Here, I don't walk to the grocery store, but I walk for exercise. I walk for being in nature. And there's many cities in the US you can actually walk in. Just think about Seattle, Washington, New York City. But even here, I live in the suburbs of Fort Lauderdale now, and it's very walkable here. But yeah, of course, I don't walk to the grocery stores. I'm walking for exercises. The next one is the unhealthy American myth. And it is true, Americans, they have very unhealthy people, but also Americans have the most healthy people in the world.
True.
So I see so many fit people here.
Both ways.
They have this gym culture. Almost everybody I know goes to the gym, is working out. So I think that's like very misportrayed in the media. And you have like farmers markets everywhere, so you get very high quality food here. And it's just not true that everybody's unhealthy. And I personally, I'm in the best shape of my life since I live here, because I have access to farmer markets here. I go to the gym, it's very affordable, and yeah, it's just not true. And just look at the best athletes in the world. It's usually Americans. So this is a very big misconception. The next big thing is convenience. In Germany, we think like, okay, convenience, Americans are just lazy, but this is just not true. It's just way more efficient. Like, it's Sunday, 3 a.m. You can go to the pharmacy and buy things. Stores are sometimes...
Yeah, that's a very annoying thing about the UK. Like, shops shut early. You can't do certain things on certain days. Like, obviously, I guess the opposite side of it is then that means those people who are working on those days don't have to work. But realistically, if you could just be able to go to a pharmacy on a Sunday, it would just save so much hassle. Like, I don't know, something happens to you on a Sunday, what are you going to do? I mean, it's just a bit more of a... It's just a bit more frustrating, really. But there's probably pros and cons either way, right? But in terms of like the general public, you'd probably prefer it to be like be able to open, like go to the shops and the different things like whenever you can, later times, like not just shutting at like 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock or whatever. For example, in my city, like the centre is like where all the shops are. That shuts at 6 o'clock. Some shut a little bit earlier, some maybe a little bit later, but it's around 6 o'clock. Like some people only finish work at like 5. Like I don't know. I just think it's one of those things where if you shut later, you'd give more work to people, like different people. You could have like more opportunity, like job opportunities, because then some people could work the later shifts, some the earlier shifts. I don't know. I just think it would just be better overall. But I don't know. Maybe it's not great for business. Good for convenience though.
Open for 24 hours, while on Sunday everything is closed, and even during the week stores closes at 8. And here it's way more convenient. You can go to the drive-through, you can order all your groceries for very cheap, almost for free. And I think it's just Americans are very efficient. So we Germans have the stereotype that we are efficient, but the Americans are the real efficient people. The next big culture shock for me was freedom. And it's true, I feel way more free here. I made some videos about it. But what really shocked me are the HOAs. So it's super free, but HOAs are like just crazy here. Like your grass needs to be a certain height. You need to be careful what size is your doormat. And that really shocked me. So there's a lot of rules here. And yeah, it is way more free here. But what really shocked me is the HOAs. And in Germany,
you have to be careful with your grass size, your grass length. That's a pretty interesting
we don't even
one.
know that exists. We think like, yeah, you can do whatever you do here. It's basically the Wild West. But there are a lot of rules here. And my last point is work and career. In Germany, we work to live. In the US, you live to work. That's at least the statement. And I have to say, in Germany, everything is very comfortable. You have 30 days of vacation. The salary is way lower. And here, it is very different, the work culture. And people, they define themselves via work sometimes. And I have to admit, America is the place to be if you want to make money, if you want to achieve something in life, if you want to afford something. So that's very different. And it's a big misconception that people think Americans, they don't have any PTO. This is just not true. A lot of people have unlimited PTO, and people do take PTO, but you don't really need it because here the incentives is like way different. You can actually achieve something. Annual raises are very common, and salaries are way higher, taxes are way lower. I think this is a different topic, maybe a different video, but overall, the work culture is real, the hustle culture is real, and I love it. You can work your ass off, and you can make it here, actually. The other day, I talked to my barber. He's Cuban. He came to this country like 4 years ago with $50 in his pocket. Now he has 2 barbershops and has a very comfortable life. He lives in his own house. Where is something like that possible? It's only possible in America. I didn't come to America for comfort. I came for love because my wife is from here and for possibilities. We made the decision for our family to be here in America, not to be comfortable, for possibility to make something for our little family. And that's why we're here. Thanks.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't lie. In terms of certain things as well, like America, you get bigger homes and stuff. It's pretty. There's a lot of like massive perks compared to Germany that you would be definitely interested in, would make you want to move for sure. To be honest, the HOAS in America is even shock Americans laugh out of. I'd rather experience fake friendliness than blatant rudeness. Yeah, 100%. I feel like Germans are also known for being a bit grumpy, so that's probably a big difference. But I never really get that, the fake friendliness, like people talking to you, that's never a bad thing. People just socializing is always nice. You can make someone's day from that sort of thing. So I just find it weird that people get a bit funny about that. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.